Hello everyone, and welcome to our Tuesday morning Business Growth Insights. Lovely to have you joining us this morning, and I'm sure we're going to have quite a few people joining us as we go along, and as all the social medias let people know that we're live. We are going live in several different places today. We're going live in LinkedIn. Hi, LinkedIn people. We're going live on YouTube. Hello, YouTube people. And all over Facebook. So we're going to have quite a few people joining us this morning. Guys, if you're not sure what this is, every Tuesday morning I come live, and as I mentioned, this is Business Growth Insights. So what we are doing is we are giving you some training and some really tangible information that you can take away to help build, grow and scale your business. Now, if you're jumping on for the first time and you don't know who I am, my name is Ali Sugars, as you can probably see down on the screen somewhere. And I am the principal and the founder of the Heart and Soul Business Academy, where we love to help people who are wanting to either start a business, or you've been in business for a little while and you're wanting to improve the results that you are getting. And we help you in 4 areas of business. So we practice 4 main pillars, and those pillars are mindset. Guys, in business, everything starts with mindset, every single thing. So that's always the first pillar, and probably my favorite actually is we work on your mindset. The second pillar is motivation. So keeping you motivated, keeping you enjoying your business, and helping you achieve those dreams that you want to achieve, making it clear in your mind what you would like to achieve, breaking them down into goals and putting a plan of action into place. So that's the second pillar, is motivation. The third pillar is marketing. Now we practice social media, organic marketing, as well as email marketing and network marketing, all kinds of marketing right throughout your business. We practice organic marketing, okay? So stuff that you don't have to pay large amounts for, right? And the fourth pillar is motivation. So once you're using those first 3 pillars and you're having some fantastic success, we help you to have momentum to go to the next level. We help you get more organized in business, and we help you build your team with wonderful virtual assistants like my beautiful Parme, who has logged on today. Hello, my lovely. How are you? Now, guys, if you are watching this from wherever you're watching it, say hi in the comments, because I would love to see who's joining me this morning. I love to feel like we're all in the room together, not like I'm just talking to my camera. It gets a little bit lonely here in my office if I feel like I'm talking to myself. So, as I mentioned, guys, we are coming live this morning to do some training, right? I'm going to share some information with you that is absolutely going to help you in your business. And we are going to talk today about 3 things that you should not rely on in business. Okay, now, when I go through these 3 things, and I'm going to get to that in a minute, you're going to go, what? What? All right, but yes, it is true. These are the 3 things that you should definitely not rely on business. Before I get to that, guys, as we go along this morning, I just mentioned the Heart and Soul Business Academy to you, right? And I'd love to quickly mention to you that we are now in our 3rd year. The Business Academy is in our 3rd year. So we have a special on at the moment where... just bear with me a sec, where when someone joins the Heart and Soul Business Academy, you get 10% off the joining fee, plus an extra $1,000 worth of bonuses, plus the bonuses that you get already in the Heart and Soul Business Academy. Guys, the Academy is easy to access. It has a lot more content being added to all the time, and we make sure that our strategies are kept up to date. So as we go along this morning, if you're loving what I'm putting down and you're loving what I'm sharing, just put the word Academy in the comments and we will get in touch with you. All right. So that's just something I just wanted to say right from the start there. Now, let's go back. What we're going to talk about this morning is 3 things that you should not rely on in business, right? Now, again, if you're saying g'day, if you're jumping on, say g'day. Good morning, beautiful Janelle. Lovely to have you with us. Okay, so have you heard things like, you know, when you're talking to people in business, you know what, just trust your gut. Let's just, you know, be positive and manifest the clients, okay? Or are you someone who's, you know, sitting back and you're waiting and you're hoping, you're just waiting to see what happens to see if this business is going to be viable, right? So basically you're waiting or hoping for clients. Are any of these you? Okay, and is there anything else that you might be telling yourself? Hey Dean, how you going, buddy? Is there anything else that you might be telling yourself? Okay, because these things that I've just mentioned and a lot more are things that I hear all the time from people who are wanting to grow their business. And I'm going to be honest, well, yes, things like trusting your gut and manifesting clients, they are relevant and they will help you in your business to a point. The last one won't, right? Waiting or hoping for clients to see what happens will not help you in your business, all right? But that's actually beside the point of what we're going to talk about today. There are heaps of other things that people think is or might be good business practice, right? But in reality, they're really not the things that we should be relying on. So today I'm going to hit you with a few home truths that I would love to hear your opinions on. And I want you to think about and consider as we go along this morning. So getting into it, the first thing we're looking at is social media likes. Are you measuring your success by how many people and how many followers you have on social media? Tell me in the chat, yes or no, right? Are you measuring your success by the amount of followers or likes, or, you know, how many likes or, you know, how much interest you get in the post? Okay, now that it's not altogether bad, but we shouldn't solely rely on it, right? So while likes and comments and the amount of followers, right, may look impressive, guys, the honest to God truth is that they do not necessarily translate into sales. Because, as you're probably aware, that platforms, and it doesn't matter what social media platform it is, they change their algorithms a lot, meaning that, you know, potentially your reach to, even if you do have thousands of followers, it might plummet overnight because the algorithms changed, right? And this is why we try to keep up to date so we can pass that information on to our clients. And so what happens is also you can have thousands, you can even have millions of followers, right? But if that is all you've been concentrating on, then it might be likely that none of those followers are going to be the type of person or your ideal client that you're looking to work with or sell to. Okay, so think about that, right? So no, not as much as I should. Okay, so that means you're relying on social media likes and followers. Okay, so this is what we shouldn't be doing, is just relying on that. Okay, because they don't necessarily translate into sales. But the whole reason we want specific people to follow us. We want specific people to engage in our social media, and we want those people to be the ones that are going to want to work with us or are going to want to try our product, right? I have, and we are going live into this group today, our Facebook group, Confident Successful Business Owners. If you'd like to join, I'll just ask my beautiful VA to pop the link in the comments right now. But we have been like, this could potentially be a group that is thousands of people big, right? But we have been sitting around the same number of about 1,300 people for a fair while. And while no, it's not a huge group. Like I'm in, you know, we've been involved in groups with 50,000 people, and we haven't even got 2,000. But that's okay, because I know the people that join that group, because we have the way we do things, we have a way of getting the right people into that group. We can monetize it, and this is where we are talking to our ideal clients. Okay, can you see what I mean? All right, anyone who's watching this, who's in the Heart and Soul Business Academy, will get what I'm saying, because we teach this stuff, guys. All right, so instead of focusing on likes, instead of focusing on how the number of followers, and you know, the number of comments and the full-on insights into every single post you do, and relying solely on that, what we need to do is make sure that we are having meaningful interactions with people, right? And not looking at it, while it is important to look at conversion metrics, we do, it's so much more than just the vanity numbers, right? It's so much more than that. It has to be the right people that we're connecting with. So this is where meaningful connections come into it, guys. Can you see what I mean? So we need to be opening, we need to be putting posts up, not putting posts up just for the sake of putting a post up, right? Not all promotional posts. Some of them need to just, you know, be talking to your audience and sharing value with them, rather than putting out a pretty quote that's really not going to get you anywhere. So focus on the posts that will enable you to interact with your clients. So when they comment on it, right, there's a reason for them commenting on it, right? And I say this all the time. Every single piece of content that you put out there, you need to give it a job to do. And that is putting a meaningful call to action on there, so they know exactly what to do, and it becomes a conversation and an interaction rather than just a post where they could just give it a like, right? Or give it a quick reaction, because it's not really going to do anything for you. That's where the algorithm comes in. Okay, so let's look at building your email list. Do you have an email list? If you have an email list, pop email in the comments. If you don't, pop, I don't know, no email. And either way, it doesn't matter. It took me a long time to get this up into my head that we needed to have an email list, all right? Because an email is something that you can control, okay? We can't necessarily control social media, right? Things might happen to it, right? We have no control over, and let's use Facebook. Okay, Janelle, so no email, right? We need to talk about that. Ask open-ended questions. That's right, Dean, getting people to engage. So let's talk about Facebook, right? We don't own Facebook. Mr. Zuckerberg owns Facebook, right? And he is, as we mentioned first, he is changing the algorithms all the time. So we don't have control over that. And because of those changes of algorithm and having to keep up with them and having to change your strategies a little bit, not fully, but a little bit every now and then, it's less likely that you're going to, but it is likely when you follow our Heart and Soul Business Academy strategies, that you're always going to get in front of people you want to get into. But when you have an email list, guys, you control it. You have control to contact those people. And I'm going to give you an example of this, right? I had, and it was a few years ago now, when Facebook went down. And this doesn't happen very often, but Facebook literally went down for a couple of hours overnight, and I woke up and there was still no Facebook. And I had a webinar to do, and I think it was the next day. And it was like, normally we would send reminders via Facebook Messenger to all the attendees of our webinar. I went into a mad panic because I didn't have a huge email list, and I had not been collecting these people's emails. All the people who'd registered, I hadn't collected their emails. Now, that made me panic, because I didn't have any control over what was happening with Facebook. We had this big event that we were planning, and I was stuck between a rock and a hard place, right? It was hard. We did manage to get around it. We did manage to get people into that webinar, but probably not as much as we could have, because we didn't have an email list, right? Which is what we have control over. So that's something that, instead of relying solely on social media, make sure that you are doing other things to build your business as well. And this is what we teach in the academy. So the second thing is word of mouth. Don't rely solely on word of mouth to attract clients. Okay, this is really important, guys. I speak to a lot of people who say, you know, I'm not going to do social media because I don't like it. I'm just going to rely on word of mouth and my website. Okay, now Word of mouth, guys, limits your exposure. You can only grow with this type of passive marketing as far as your existing network goes. So we only know so many people, right? Now, yes, you can get out there and yes, you can network, you can go to network sessions, but still, when you're relying on word of mouth, honestly, guys, it's going to dry up. It really is, because there's only so much people in your existing network. So you have to find ways to grow your network. So what do? We get in front of those ideal clients like we were talking about before. Okay. So the other thing that relying on word of mouth does is it makes your business growth unpredictable. It really does. Where if you know that you're putting in the daily effort, the daily action in your business, not just sitting back and waiting for things to happen. If you know that you're putting daily action into your business and actively seeking new connections, not just word of mouth connections, but new connections, then you're going to build opportunities for yourself. Okay. But if you're relying on word of mouth, you're missing the chance to reach those who don't know about your existing in the, they don't know about your existing network. They might know someone in another network, right? You could meet someone, add them to your network, and they might not be your ideal client, but they might know someone who is. All right. So that's the good thing about word of mouth, but you have to find them, right? You can't just rely on solely word of mouth. I'm just going to rely on friends and family. Guys, friends and family can't be relied on, right? And eventually, all their network's going to dry up too. So we have to actively keep continuing to build our network, okay? So some ways you can do this is you can start a referral system, or you can have incentives, right, for people in your current network to amplify maybe the word of mouth, okay? But there still needs to be a structured approach that's going to help you grow. You know what I mean? Who has tried to rely on word of mouth in their business, right? Okay. Referrals aren't necessary. They are word of mouth, but they're also a taught business strategy, and they're an excellent business strategy, especially when you get fantastic referrals. We do this all the time, right? That's marketing, guys. That's part of marketing. But you can't rely solely on it. Okay, so we need to be proactive in our marketing, right? So utilizing digital marketing, you're utilizing it the right way, all right? Not counting those likes, not manifesting the likes, right? Not relying on a pretty quote to bring in sales, because it just won't. And I know that because I did that for years. I put pretty quotes up on social media and it got me nowhere, guys. And I did it, like I said, for years. It wasn't until I put into practice what I teach in the Heart and Soul Business Academy that I started getting any clients, right? And so what we need to do, this proactive marketing, is content creation that reaches new audiences all the time, and it widens your client base. Okay, and this is where the social media marketing, the email marketing, yes, the referral marketing, yes, the network marketing, and to a point, word of mouth marketing, right? To a point, but we need to be doing all of these things, not just solely word of mouth. So being proactive, and something that I'm very, very big on in the Heart and Soul Business Academy is accountability. If one of my clients says to me, I'm going to do something, and we have an accountability call coming up today. So those of you in the Academy who are watching, those of you who are going to be in the call in about 40 minutes, right? Just know that I'm going to be following up on you. I'm going to be holding you accountable to what you said that you would do in the last fortnight. So accountability to put the things into practice in all areas of your business, not sitting back and relying on other people's word of mouth. Okay, who's picking up what I'm putting down? Pop a 5 in the comments if you're getting what I'm saying. And if you're watching the replay, by the way, pop hashtag replay, and you feel free to comment too, so we can come back and say you don't. So word of mouth, like I said, limited reach, okay? Yes, you can do referral systems. Yes, incentives can amplify word of mouth, but there still has to be that structured approach, guys. And if you are just doing word of mouth, right, you're missing out on so many opportunities. If you're not on social media, if you're not active on social media in the right way, then you're missing out on opportunities. I can't tell you how many opportunities I know that I've missed out on from not implementing good practices in my business. And I also have a lot of people come to me and they say, you know what, I've just got a website. I'm just going to rely on my website. People can just find me on my website. The reality is, guys, even if you have a website, that's fantastic, but there are millions of websites out there. So how are you going to draw people to it? Right? Word of mouth, again, can only go so far. But the millions of people out there, right, that you are looking to work with are not going to magically find your website unless you have a way to guide them to it, which is, guess what? Marketing strategies to get them to go to your website. When I was a VA, I created a really fancy pants website, thought it was wonderful. I thought people, and I just assumed that people were going to magically find it. I said to myself, I don't need social media. It's not a thing. I don't need it. And guess what? No one went to that website. I wish I had actually taken a photo of the statistics of people visiting the website, or more importantly, people not visiting the website, because no one did, because no one knew about it. Right? It wasn't at the top of the Google search. I could put as many keywords as I wanted in there, but people, the honest to God truth is, people just weren't looking for my website. That is another marketing strategy, keywords. All right, let's move on to the next one because I'm conscious of the time. One thing that I see a lot of people doing is waiting for perfection before launching anything, right? I've got a course that I want to launch. I've got a package. You've got products that I've developed. I've got abilities that I want to put out there that I want to help clients with, but I'm just waiting until I've got enough. I'm waiting until I've got that qualification, until I've got enough experience, which ironically you're not going to get experience unless you get a client, until I've got enough training, until I've lost a lot of weight. That was me, right? I thought I was too fat to put myself out there, right? So this is literally wait until I've written my course. Perfection before launching anything. So fear of imperfection, guys, and it is a thing, right? I want it to be perfect, and we want to put ourselves out there to be perfect, but waiting until everything is perfect means that probably you might never launch, right? But guess what? Done is better than none, or done is better than perfect. So put something out there and improve it as you go, because some of the best improvements come from real world feedback after launching. And let me say that, in all honesty, Heart and Soul Business Academy, as I mentioned, is turning 3. And we would not still be going. We wouldn't have launched if I was waiting for perfection. I launched it 3 years ago, completely imperfect. It was good, and it's still bloody fantastic, right? It's a friggin' awesome course. It's still not perfect. But as I go, I'm getting feedback from clients, and I'm implementing more, and I'm listening to them, and I'm changing what I need to change, right? Because I know it's not perfect. I don't any longer have that fear of imperfection. It's like, I hear you, right? Yeah, good on you, Dino. Lack of flexibility too is something that is kind of a bit of a perfectionist thing, right? I'm going to do it my way because this is the way I know how to do it. But the business landscape changes constantly. And as I mentioned before, the social media algorithms and the social media landscape changes a lot, right? All the social medias change all the time. So waiting for perfection can mean missing the wave of trends that are happening right now. And you're missing, because of those trends, they're out there to help people in business, but you're holding back. So you're missing out on opportunities. Okay. So what we need to do is adopt a mindset of flexibility, okay, and adjust things as needed, right? So, and in the early stages, right, you're going to be nervous, you are, but in the early stages, it is key to be flexible and learn. And I'll say it again, if I wasn't flexible, if I was still waiting for perfection, the Heart and Soul Business Academy would not be turning 3 this month, and we wouldn't be having that special. You can also waste a lot of resources. This is a big one. And I did this a lot, right? Like I said, I'm just going to do this one more course before I launch, right? And it might be a course, or it might be, learning an app or something that you don't necessarily need yet. This is why in the Heart and Soul Business Academy, we help those of you who are a bit unsure about technology. We show you a method that we call the Flintstones method. We show you how to do it without the technology to begin with, but how to and when to add it in as you go. Right? That yes, you can do it without the fancy pants technology, but don't waste your resources yet until you've learned, the Flintstones method in how to do it. So what you can do is you can test the waters, right, with a minimum viable product, right? So if you've got a service to offer, put yourself out there with this package, this minimum package that you're able to put out there, right? You've got something together, right? And ask for feedback, which will help you grow. This is how I started in coaching. My personal coaching business, I was scared as to put myself out there, right? Because I knew that I was far from perfect, right? But I tested the waters. My first couple of clients, I asked for feedback and they gave me extremely valuable feedback. I've been coaching personal and business for 7 years now, right? And I am not afraid to ask for feedback. And I'm not saying just positive, I want constructive feedback, because that's what's going to help me grow. That's what's going to help me become not perfect, but a lot better, okay? Because you will never be perfect. And I did this earlier. I've done it not only with the Heart and Soul Business Academy, I did this with our new direct sales course that we launched earlier in the year, the Ultimate Guide to Growing Your Direct Sales Empire. We did a test around live. I got feedback from people. The feedback was invaluable. I implemented that, and then I launched an evergreen course from that feedback. Is it perfect? No, still not perfect, but it's out there. And what it's done is that it helps, it gives the clients what they're asking for as well as what they need. Okay, so we have now the Heart and Soul Business Academy. All our courses contain content that I know my clients need, but also what they're looking for, right? So I hope these 3 things have kind of, as you've watched this morning, they might have hit you between the eyes a little bit, and they might be a little bit confronting, but these are things that we shouldn't just be relying on in our business, right? So if you want to learn more about, how to grow your business the right way, the things that you can do in your business to have that incredible success, confident success, don't forget that November is birthday month. We are turning 3, and there is 10% off the joining fee. And an extra $1,000 worth of bonuses on top of the bonuses that you already get. If you want to know more, just pop Academy in the comments and we will be in touch. Now, I know it's getting to the end of November, so how it works is when you book in a call with me, a business booster call, you can book it in by the end of the month, right? It can be within the next fortnight. It doesn't have to be by the end of the month, right? We can have the call within the next fortnight. All right. So all you need to do is book in that call by the end of November. guys, I would love to have the opportunity to talk with you, learn about your business, and you know what am I trying to say? Learn about your business, what your visions and goals are for your business, and then let's have a chat to see whether the Heart and Soul Business Academy is for you. I love you all, guys. Thank you so much for coming today. I look forward to talking to you in that booster call, because I love to see you get, take advantage of this incredible birthday bonus. And we will also see you again next Tuesday for what I think is, it's our next Tuesday is our second to last show for the year. So have a fantastic week, everyone. Talk to you in the call. See you later. And I'll see all of you in the Heart and Soul Business Academy in about 30 minutes. All right. Bye.